Forests are known for the remarkable ability to act as a natural pump, removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. But did you know that, in theory, this pump can work faster and faster with increasing level of carbon dioxide? That would be amazing, right? That's what we call the CO2 fertilization effect. So, that's only theory. So is theory really means reality? Well, maybe yes, but maybe not. Maybe the CO2 fertilization effect has its own limitation that we don't know about. One of its limitations could be the soil nutrient availability, and especially soil nitrogen, that is often limiting tree growth. So my research focuses on studying decoding the nitrogen cycle of the future, so all the nitrogen processes, to understand if nitrogen will limit the CO2 fertilization effect. And I was able to do that in 2 regions of the world, England and Australia, where we have these amazing facilities that simulate the atmosphere of the future. So, in my research conducted here in England, we did find that, as theory said, trees were able to remove more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere under future conditions. But what was really fascinating, it was how they could utilize this extra carbon they were taking up from the atmosphere. So trees could invest this extra carbon to extend their wood exploration area and scavenge for more nitrogen in the soil. But here's a twist. They could also utilize this part of this extra carbon and release it right into the soil as glucose to feed soil microbes and stimulate their activities. So picture that as a trade between trees on one side and soil microbes on the other side. Trees exchange the carbon that they have for some of the nitrogen and only microbes can provide. So this way, trees get all the nitrogen they need, and they can keep growing and can keep absorbing our carbon emission. And all of that thanks to this amazing and complex communication that's happening beneath our feet between the tree roots and the soil microbes. But the story doesn't end here, because while this magic pump was working pretty well in England, it was actually quite dysfunctioning in Australia. And that is because in such area, it's not nitrogen, but it's phosphorus, another nutrient that is limiting tree growth. And unlike nitrogen that seems pretty easy to trade, phosphorus might actually be harder to trade or just too expensive for trees to buy. So to answer a general question, will trees absorb more carbon dioxide in the future? Our answer, like often in science, is it depends. And in this case, it depends which nutrient is limiting. Thank you very much.